Today on Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out, we're talking about doing what needs to be done. When you are down and out, can you dig deep to do what you need to do? Does part of your self-care include doing the not so fun stuff? What have you been avoiding? Learn tips to get what needs to be done in life in this month's bonus episode focusing on renewal. Are you ready to clear your clutter and share your gifts with the world? I teach you how to navigate the waters to declutter your life, get organized, and become more mindful. Every episode, I'll give you take action steps that you can easily apply to your life. Come on, let's get started. Today's episode was inspired because I know someone who is struggling financially. They have some hard choices and decisions that need to be made. I'm sympathetic to the situation, and they aren't doing what needs to be done. There are things that they could do to improve, but aren't. I offered tons of suggestions, and every time there was an excuse why they wouldn't do it. For example, I said, you know what? I've just started shopping at Aldi and Lidl. Awesome prices. I've probably cut my grocery bill in half. Oh, no. I don't like the people that shop at Aldi. Could cut your budget in half and you don't like the people that shop there. If I had to work at McDonald's, if my husband lost a job, I'd do it. Now, I'm fortunate enough that I probably wouldn't have to do it, but I would do what needed to be done. You know, I'm a huge fan of social media for observing things because we probably all know someone who, when they're offered suggestions, come up with the reason why it can't be done. Just excuse after excuse. I've talked before, if my husband lost his job, how I would go get a job because I wouldn't want to be without health insurance. Would it be my first choice? No. But sometimes you just have to suck it up and do it. I see it almost daily on Facebook. I have belonged to a bunch of cat groups because I just like to sit and look at cat pictures because I'm crazy. And someone was having an issue with their cat, and people are like, try this, or this option, blah, blah, blah. Didn't want to hear it. All they wanted to do was complain and moan and groan. And people just want to complain, but they don't want to take action and do what needs to be done. Part of good self-care is doing the hard stuff, doing what needs to be done. When you own your life, you can change it. Can you get out of debt? Absolutely. Many people have done it. Can you find a relationship if you've had 3 failed marriages and find that one that works for you and that successful one? Absolutely. You're only limited by your mind and your belief system and your unwillingness to take action. It can be overwhelming and almost daunting. So how do we do what needs to be done? First, why are you avoiding or procrastinating? The more time you spend figuring this out, the easier it will be for you to take action. It may be something simple like not knowing how to use Excel to create a document, or something bigger that you're so afraid of being evicted, you become paralyzed with fear. My friend may be afraid that she'll never be out of debt, or she could be fearful that it could affect her marriage in a negative way. If she gets out of debt, what happens to the marriage? When we do things for a long time and things are status quo, sometimes we're afraid of upsetting the apple cart because we don't know what'll happen. Make a list of what needs to be done. If you're like my friend and struggling financially, you might write down things like, where can I look for savings in my budget? Where can I cut things? For example, cutting out the daily Starbucks. Who do I know that's financially successful that I could ask for advice? Can I start cutting coupons? Would it be feasible to take out a loan to pay off my debts and consolidate everything? Write down what needs to be done. How can you be better prepared to do what needs to be done? Because as I mentioned a moment ago, maybe you don't know how to create a document in Excel for your budget, and that's something that is stopping you. Sharpen your skills. If you have stronger problem-solving skills, you may feel more comfortable in getting stuff done. Most people can figure out what the problem is, but it may be more challenging to solve. If you feel you have skills, you are more likely to tackle it and not just complain about it. This is a great habit for kids. I mentioned this, I think, a while ago, that my brother does not let the kids say, I can't. I say, I can't do this. He said, don't say that. You can do it. So if you find yourself saying, I can't, stop right there. Yes, you can. Begin to be aware of what you're thinking, feeling, and saying. You have lots of options to improve skills. Ask someone who's been through something similar. Read a book. Watch a video. It's probably out there on YouTube. Get professional help. Be prepared to see it to completion. I always tell people not to start a room or area until they have completed what they've started when they're decluttering or getting organized. We may not start something because we don't know how long it will take. Commit to seeing it through. Make that promise to yourself. I'm reading a book right now, and I'm reading it with a book like this. I like to read the book all the way once and then reread it and take action. I kind of like to stew on it, have an idea of what I need to do. And what I love about this, and I'm going to find a way to incorporate this. I kind of do this now with clients, but he's like, go out in nature. You are going to commit to doing this. You're going to commit to taking a next change in your life, a next step forward, and this little ceremony around it, which I love it. So that might be something that help you. Write out a little contract, shake a hand if you're working on something in the home with your spouse. Commit to seeing it through. And when you do this and start to tackle and commit one area of your life, it just naturally rubs off on the others. Are you surrounded by clutter? Are you exhausted from the stress your clutter creates? Are you anxious every time you walk into your home? Do you long for peace of mind? Go to reawakenyourbrilliance.com to learn how I can support you. Roll up your sleeves. You have to take that first step and move forward. Commit to taking action and doing something every single day. Get rid of distractions like social media so you can focus on the task at hand. You could be researching or reading a book on how to improve your finances instead of getting jealous of all the new things people are buying on Facebook. Enjoy it. Find the joy somehow. You're going to have to do it, so you might as well figure out what's good in it and how it can bring joy, and you can celebrate it. Own your problems. Own your life. No excuses or reasons why you don't want to do it or it can't be done. Become aware of how you make excuses or when you shift blame. My friend, it was everyone's fault, not paying her spouse enough, not doing this for her. She had no ownership. Start to pay attention. See what you can see on social media. You really get a sense of when people don't own things or take responsibility. Don't be that person. Observe it there and see how sometimes it can be subtle, and then bring it back to you. Where are you not owning your life? Stay present. The present is our point of power to change. Forgive yourself for procrastinating in the past. Forgive yourself that you wasted time. Don't spend energy on that. Forgive yourself and move on. Promise yourself an award when you complete the task. It doesn't have to be monetary. It can be a great soak in the bathtub, a walk in nature, cooking yourself a nice meal. If you're really struggling, find an accountability partner. Who can you trust? Who can support you? And remember, this has got to be someone who is supportive, who's not going to join you in complaining. We're who we are who we hang out with. So if you're hanging out with people who only feed your blame and not ownership and owning things, that's not who needs to be an accountability partner. It needs to be someone that you trust and that has a good head on their shoulders and is not going to bring you back down. Get support if you need it. For example, if you're struggling financially, there are nonprofits out there that can support you in creating a budget, helping you with your credit scores. There are lots of options. You can't say, oh, I can't afford it. Remember, we don't say that word can't. There are options if you're willing to look and ask for support. I always ask God, universe, whatever fits for you. Please, I need some support. I'm moving forward. And then pay attention. Gifts are around us all the time if we have our eyes open and are willing to look. Find something to be grateful for in all this hard work. Wow, I'm really learning to be responsible with my finances. I'm really grateful for that. I'm so grateful this didn't happen in my 60s, where it might be more challenging in many ways. Here are some past episodes that may support you. Number 225 from February of this year, You Talking to Me? Number 213 from December 2017, Holiday Self-Care Plan. October bonus from 2017, Physician Heal Yourself. Number 202 from September of 2017, Breaking Bad Habits. Number 190 from July 2017, The Gift of the Present Moment. And from May of 2017, episode number 181, A Positive Mindset. The May bonus for 2017, Clearing Clutter for Inner Success. September 2017 bonus, How to Stop Being a Victim. And finally, number 159 from January of 2017, Destroying Your Doubt. Take actions. Write down what you have been avoiding that needs to get done. Dig deeper. Can you discover why you are unmotivated or don't want to? Create an action plan with baby steps to move forward on what needs to be done. Ask for support. You don't have to do it alone. On our next episode, we have an interview with Bruce Lipton about bridging science and spirit. Go out, clear the clutter to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire. Are you ready to live a more joyful and fulfilling life? Sign up for our newsletter at reawakenyourbrilliance.com and receive a free copy of 10 Steps to Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would love it if you would rate and review the show because it really helps us in the search ranking. See you next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Remember, when you clear your clutter, you can create the life you desire.